All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Absolutely, man. As you guys can see, we are here on fanspeak.com. We are here with a special guest, DancerDan, aka Philip. What is up, brother?
How's it going, guys? What up, Steelers Nation?
Yeah, not too bad. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing good. I'm speak for most people when in the NFL world when I say that I am excited and eager for the draft to commence. I want football season back, so.
Yeah, exactly, man. Couldn't agree more. And I'm sure some of you guys, for those that don't know, man, we've actually been trying to get this video done for what seems like forever now, man. You know, we've been busy with work and the setup and scheduling issue, but nonetheless, we are here to finally do this video. Very excited. This idea is actually from Philip himself. He came up with the idea where he joins us in a mock draft, and we pretty much do our own mock drafts. We'll do our mock draft, he'll do his mock draft, and we'll do a mock draft of ourselves. You know, I'll combine all three of us. So we're going to do 3 separate mock drafts here. So it's going to be pretty interesting. So without further ado, DancerDan, you can get on with your mock draft.
Awesome. So the way this works essentially is this is simulation. So it's all fantasy. So nothing in here is like finite. This isn't, potentially how it could go at all. Case in point, nobody thought we'd see Baker going first round last year. Some people didn't even see Lamar going 32nd last year. Like, this is all just make believe. It's pretend. It's what we want to happen to fill our time between now and the actual draft. So my thought process behind this is what I would do if I'm GM. If I'm Kevin Colbert, if I'm Mike Tomlin, this is how I would draft for the Steelers. First thing I'm immediately looking at is, as you guys can tell, we got 10 picks. We got a plethora of picks, which is good. That's a good thing because that means we can try and maybe move up or move down with some of those picks. So immediately right here, I'm going to propose a trade. The way I see it, the Steelers need inside linebacker. That's our first round. That's our first go. The fact that we gave Steven Nelson the most money I think the Steelers have given to a free agent in maybe history is because the Steelers are looking at another position to be their first round need. And I think they understand at this point, finally, that that's replacing Ryan Shazier. So I'm going to a team that is in between the first and 10th picks in the first round, because that's where I think Devin White, the person I think the Steelers should get, is going to go. And so I would say the Bills, but I think the Bills are still pissed at us because Antonio Brown was supposed to go to them and did not. So if I'm GM, I'm going to try and target the line. I'm going to say, listen, Lions, I would like to swap first-round picks with you to begin with, because the Steelers aren't just going to get 2 first-round picks. No one's going to give them that. So we got to swap. On top of that, I say, hey, I will give you a third-rounder because we have 2 of them. I'll give them our 19th. I will give them the lesser of the 2, but it's still a third nonetheless. And I will even give them a 4th round. I will even give them a 4th rounder. I'll say, here, take our 4th round. That on its own, in theory, could be enough. Switching our first, giving them our third, one of our thirds, giving them a 4th. But honestly, I still don't think they were going to buy it, because to move from 8 to 20 is a huge jump, especially in the first round. So if I really want to make a bold move and I really want White, I'm saying, listen, I'll even throw in a future second rounder. So we're swapping firsts. I'm getting their 8th. They're getting my 20th. I'm giving them one of my thirds. I'm giving them my 4th, and I'm giving them a future second rounder. Honestly, we're only losing 2 picks. We still have 8, which is great. And we're giving them a future second next year. And they say, cool, we'll do that. So the Steelers' new lineup is we have a first, a second, a third, a 5th, a 6th, a 6th, a 6th, and a 7th. So if I start the round here, so I'll tell you guys what's going on here. So as expected, Kyler Murray goes to Arizona. Greedy Williams goes to the Buccaneers, which is pretty interesting. Dwayne Haskins goes to the Giants. Needless to say, Devin White is free at the 8th spot. So that's who I'm picking first round, Devin White. I like
Absolutely.
Mac Wilson. Of course, why wouldn't you? I like Mac Wilson, and I like Devin Bush, but they're not Devin White. Devin White is that freak athlete who is going to go in the top 10 rounds. I don't think he'll go top 5 like a lot of people are saying. I think the Buccaneers need to address their O-line before they even think about replacing Quan Alexander. So I see the Steelers going Devin White first round if he's available.
Yes, which
so
he should be.
So next round comes along. We're at the second round now, and we have the 20th pick. Here, I would, if we didn't get Steven Nelson, I would be looking at cornerback right now. I'd be looking at Amani or but I feel confident in Steven Nelson and Joe Hayden, so I'm going to think about cornerback later on in the draft. There's one specific player I am looking towards right now of getting, and that's Chase Winovich from Michigan. But here's the thing. But I don't see him staying till the 20th spot in the second round. I really don't. And so, I'm gonna let it simulate here. I don't think Chase Winovich is gonna make it. Yep, he's already gone. So that leaves two interesting edge rushers that I'm interested in, and that's Zach Allen from Boston College and Jalen Ferguson. This is just my thoughts on it. I like Zach Allen, but Zach Allen to me is purely just a D-line guy. He's not really an outside linebacker. I mean, he's edge, so he's obviously not an outside linebacker in its truest form, but I like Jalen Ferguson better. That's who I'm going to choose my second round. Bud Dupree needs to go in some way, shape, or fashion. I mean, this guy had 5 sacks total the entire year, and that one pick against the Buccaneers that ended up going for a touchdown. If it weren't for that touchdown, I honestly think the Steelers would have gotten rid of him. Because 5 sacks all year round, that's terrible. That really is.
Yeah.
So as of right now, round 1 we have Devin White. Round 2 we have Jalen Ferguson. I'm feeling very confident as GM right now in my front 7. I have T.J. Watt, Stephon Tuitt, Jalen Ferguson, Devin White, Vince Williams. I'm feeling good about my front 7.
Very nice. However, does Jalen Ferguson have off-field issues, though?
I'm not
sure if that's true.
I'm not sure. I know personally the reason why this in another separate scenario, why I would never pick DeAndre Baker from Georgia is I know he has locker room issues. So I would never want, if I'm GM, the Steelers to draft someone who has locker issues, especially being drafted into the team.
Yes, and something that we're obviously trying to get rid of. So, yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to go down that path again.
Exactly. So now I still have my my third round pick that I got from the Raiders, which is the second pick in the third round. Is great because one thing that the Steelers need to address now that Antonio Brown is gone is that wide receiver position. That wide receiver position needs to be addressed 100%. And right now, looking at my wide receiver positions, there are 3 wide receivers that stand out to me. You have Riley Ridley from Georgia. You have Hakeem Butler. And you have Anthony Johnson. Now, I'm not big on Anthony Johnson. I'm not big on Anthony Johnson, to be quite honest.
And I don't think he's a third rounder.
Exactly. I am looking at Riley Ridley, and I know Riley Ridley is, I believe he's 6'2" or 6'1". He's not the tallest guy. And I would have loved to pick N'Keal Harry, but I know N'Keal Harry is gone.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown is gone. So if I'm the Steelers at this point, I'm going Hakeem Butler. That's who I'm picking, third round. I think it's very realistic. No, I honestly think it's still very realistic.
Yeah.
For
and I applaud you for that.
Him. No, yeah. I personally would have liked N'Keal Harry, just because I think N'Keal Harry is more a red zone threat. He's not as tall. as Hakeem Butler at 6'6", but I think the Steelers could make this guy what Megatron could have been had he been on the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
guy, deep threat, solid number 2 guy.
And don't forget, he has some speed to him, too.
He does. And I know people are going to say, well, you guys just drafted in the free agency, not drafted. We just took free agent Dante Moncrief. I look at Moncrief and I see somebody who is going to be a solid number 4 wide receiver, because the Steelers like to do a lot of 4 receiver sets. I think he's somebody who would be a great option for the Steelers as a 4th receiver. But I do think Hakeem Butler is who if I'm GM, I'm choosing as our wide receiver. Now,
all day. If he lasts to the 3rd, all day.
Absolutely. Now, so right now we don't have a 4th round pick. So as the 4th round pick is simulating, I'll just recap what I've done so far. I traded up to get Devin White from the Lions, 1st round. That takes care of our linebacker problem. I draft Jalen Ferguson in the 2nd because I'm trying to get rid of Dupree, because we need somebody who's going to TJ Watt. And then wide receiver, I'm looking at Hakeem Butler because we need a true wide receiver, a true number 2 wide receiver. Juju is going to have a lot of coverage this year, and he can't do it all on his own. I don't know how much faith I have in James Washington just yet, because we haven't seen it from him yet. He's had glimpses, but, we don't know yet.
Yes.
Eli Rogers, I think, is going to be a solid slot guy along with Ryan Switzer. But remember, Eli Rogers has just got off of an injury, so who knows what could happen to him as the season goes on. Ryan Switzer also, I feel like he takes a lot of hard hits. He's a very good player and a very good pickup from the Raiders, but I worry about him sometimes, so I think Hakeem Butler is that option for the Steelers.
Absolutely. And pair him with Juju and Ben's love for tall receivers. I mean, it's a match made in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now we're in the fifth round. This is where it gets interesting. This is where I always have a toss-up between 2 positions that I think the Steelers need to address. That's running back and tight end. In my tight end area right now, there are 3 tight ends I'm interested in. That's Zach Gentry from Michigan, 6'8", big guy. Would be a wonderful complement tight end for Ben, along with Vance McDonald. There's Isaac Nada, who you guys have talked about a lot, who I really like, who I think really is just like an explosive player. He was explosive when he played in college. Every time the ball got into his hand, he did great things. And then there's Tommy Sweeney from Boston College, who was 6'5", and reminds me a lot of Jesse James, actually. He's a taller...
I've actually never heard of Tommy Sweeney.
He reminds me of a Jesse James. He's a little bit more lankier, so to speak. And then in the running back position, someone that I think could easily be taken by the Steelers is Justice Hill. They've shown interest in this guy. And when I look at running back, I think there are 3 types of running backs. There's your aggressive, passionate, true runner that is James Conner. There's your tactician, your Jalen Samuels, who can do it all. He can run, he can catch, he can be that goal line, threat. But the Steelers are lacking 2 very important things in a running back, and that's elusive and fast. And Justice Hill has both of those. So if I'm the Steelers, that's what I'm going round 5. If he's still there, is Justice Hill.
I gotta say, I fucking love that pick, man.
I really like Jalen Samuels. I love what he did last year, stepping into the Call of Duty when Connor was hurt. But I don't think he can do that long term. Not yet. Which is why I have James Conner as our number 1 running back, Justice Hill as number 2, and then our situational jack of all trades, Jalen Samuels being our 3rd round guy, and Stephen Ridley just needs to go. He's just old. Nothing personal. He's just older, and he needs to go.
And that fumble against the Saints still pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that didn't exactly secure him a spot on this team anymore.
Yes.
So now I'm in the 6th round. I have linebacker, I have edge, I have wide receiver, I have running back. There's 3 picks in the 6th round, and 3 picks that I'm looking at as I'm still looking at a tight end who Tommy Sweeney is still there. I'm looking at cornerback because to an extent we still need someone to be a replacement for Joe Hayden. And I really like Jamal Peters out of Mississippi State, and I really like Jimmy Moreland from JMU. Either one of those cornerbacks I would love to take because I think the Steelers need to stop having so many projects when they draft. And by project, I mean someone who's going to take multiple years to put into that position. To me, Jamal Peters is what Marcus Allen should have been. And that's somebody who takes a few years to get into the position and then a monster. And then finally, I really like the defensive lineman, Ed Alexander from LSU. I think the Steelers need to some way, shape, or form get rid of Dan McCullers. Like, he's not doing us any favors. Yes. And I think Ed Alexander is a big guy who reminds me a lot of Dan McCullers that could take that position. So we have the 2nd pick in the 6th round. And if I'm looking at all these positions, the one that to me is going to go the quickest is Ed Alexander. So in the 6th round, I drafted Ed Alexander with the 2nd pick. He's depth for now, but in the future, I hope that he's one of our starting linemen on the defense. I just think he's a big guy, and he's kind of what the Steelers did last year when they drafted the defensive guy. I think he was from Alabama, Joshua Frazier, I think was his name.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is similar to that pick, but I think Ed Alexander is better overall. Tommy Sweeney is still there in the 6th round after Ed Alexander, so I drafted Tommy Sweeney. 6'5", good hands, reminds me a lot of Jesse James. He's not going to be the featured tight end like a lot of people want the Steelers to have, like a Noah Fant or a TJ Hawkinson, but he's still going to help. He's still going to be better than Xavier Grimble. He's still going to be better than Bucky Hodges. Neither of those 2 guys should ever be seen on the Steelers, should never be seen on the field. So that's why I draft Tommy Sweeney. And then Jamal Peters is still here at round 6 for our last pick. So I'm picking Jamal Peters.
Definitely.
He has
Jamal Peters
great
is someone
instinct.
we've been high on for a while, so yeah.
He is. He's not the most talented yet, but he has great instincts. I like his build. He reminds me a lot of an Ike Taylor, the way he plays. And I think given a few years, depending on what the Steelers decide to do with Joe Hayden, I think he could be a real talent for this team. Because Joe Hayden's getting old. I think he's 30. Is he 30?
He's getting there, yeah. So, and we don't know if we're going to sign him next year, so.
That's true. And then finally we arrive at the 7th round. We have the 5th round pick. Now, this is probably a bit of a stretch, but I see the Steelers going wide receiver again here. And I'll tell you why. I agree. I think they're going to need somebody. They want competition in the wide receiver position. And I honestly think that there are too many slot guys right now. You have Eli, you have Ryan Switzer, you have James Washington. You have 3 slot guys. I don't see all 3 being there at the end of the year, or at the end of camp. I think that this is me personally speaking. We just signed Eli Rogers, and Ben knows Eli Rogers, so he's pretty much a shoo-in. James Washington and Ryan Switzer, to me, are kind of an enigma, because sometimes they do really good, and then sometimes they do really bad. And so the person that I say we 7th round to give both of them a run for their money is Manuel Butler from Northern Arizona. This is a guy that the Patriots themselves are looking into drafting because they see something in this guy. And I don't know if you guys have seen any film on this guy, but he reminds me of, he has the hands of kind of like an Odell Beckham Jr. He makes catches that don't even make sense. He just like bobbles them with one hand, reels it in, and then it's down 50 yards and gets a touchdown. He's somebody who I think could be a sleeper. And honestly, if he doesn't turn out to be anything, you don't lose anything because he's your 7th rounder. You know, you can take a kind of a gamble in the 7th round and not be screwed over. So that's the end of my mock draft. Just to recap real quick, I traded with the Detroit Lions. We traded first. I gave them my 2nd, 3rd rounder. I gave them my 4th round and a future 2nd. And I received that 8th pick in the 1st round, with which I got Devin White. In the 2nd round, I got Jalen Higginson. In the 3rd round, I got Hakeem Butler. The 4th round, I got Justice Hill. In the 5th round, I got Justice Hill. In the 6th round, I got Ed Alexander, Tommy Sweeney, and Jamal Peters. And then in the 7th round, I got Emmanuel Butler. I think all of this is plausible for the Steelers, except the 1st round could be a little eager for them. I don't know if the Steelers are willing to part with that much stuff. And so that's why this is purely what I would do if I were GM. So that's my mock draft, you guys. That's what I chose to do.
Yeah, and I have to say that is a very impressive and honestly very realistic mock draft, man. It's
it
one
really
that
is.
It's one that I really like. It's one that I would really love to actually happen.
The one that I can personally see happening.
Yeah, especially with that trade, because honestly, we may not want to give up much, but we might have to. You know, this linebacker position could only get worse, honestly, if we don't address it immediately. So we might have to give up something that we don't want to actually fix his defense, you know.
So. I mean, you know the old saying,
Wait, what?
I mean, sometimes you have to lose to win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, you know, we need to go all out. We need to be like the Saints. We need to give Ben everything he can so these last few years he's with us before he retires, we can make a Super Bowl run. I do think that's true, but I don't think that's on the offensive side. I think we need to go all in on the defensive side because our offense is going to be without Brown this year. We already managed without Bell. We have Connor. We're successful. We're without Brown now. We're without 15 touchdowns. I think between Hakeem Butler, Justice Hill, Juju Smith-Schuster, and even this Tommy Sweeney guy, the new tight end, Vance McDonald, I think that they can all spread that touchdown love. But
absolutely,
I mean, our whole defense in general needs an overhaul.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm moving hell and high water for Devin White, because I'm not sold on Bush, as passionate of a player as he is. And as much as I love Mac Wilson, if I can try and get Devin White, then I don't need to get Mac Wilson.
Right.
So that's my draft, guys. Take it away.
Yeah. So guys, let us and Philip know you guys' thoughts on this mock draft count as well, man. I have to say, very impressive mock draft. But here we are with our mock draft, man. Round 1. We will not be trading up. One thing that pisses me off right off the bat is the Titans literally just took Devin Bush 1 pick before us, like the Bengals took William Jackson III. So yeah, I'm kind of mad about that. So
they also took Rashaan Evans from us last year.
Yeah, so damn. We have TJ Hawkinson still on the board. We could take a tight end if we really want to address the tight end position very early. We do have A.J. Brown on the board. Somehow DK Metcalf is still on the board. Rockison's on the board, but he's not a first rounder. Neither is Trayvon Mullen. Marquess Brown is on the board, but I would definitely not take him. We could take N'Keal Harry. We could take Hakeem Butler. Mac Wilson is definitely there. We could take him, but in my opinion, that might be a little bit of a reach for Mac Wilson at 20. Now that is totally in the Steelers playbook to reach for a guy like that.
And I wouldn't mind Mac Wilson. I'm still a fan of his talent and how he plays on the field, but I feel like, you know, although it's the Steelers kind of thing to do, I don't think you should reach for Wilson here.
Right. Or if we wanted to, we could trade up again in the first round or early in the second if Mac Wilson is still there at day 2 and go get him if we really wanted to. But right here, I mean, we could take DK Metcalf. He's arguably the best receiver on the board right now. But, you know, like us and Philip did say right before we hit record, there's something about Metcalf that just throws us off. You know, I don't know what it is. You know, he's incredibly athletic. He's tall. He's fast. He has aggressive hands. He's clearly fit, but something about him just throws us off. AJ Brown, personally, I would take him over Metcalf.
I mean, he came out on Twitter and said that he can be the new AB. Just give him a new number.
Oh, I would not do that. I would just give him 84 so we can repurpose our jerseys. I know that's very unoriginal. That's been going around on Twitter and social media and everything, but it's incredibly true. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking AJ Brown here.
I'm thinking AJ Brown as well. I'm a big fan of AJ Brown. He is clearly growing on me.
And I know we signed Moncrief and everything, but Brown can be a guy that can be under development, and maybe in a year or two he can blast off on this offense.
Yeah, or maybe be a rising star like Juju. Because remember, Juju was like the 4th, 5th, or 6th guy when he first started. So
and look what happened to him. He's now number 1.
Exactly. So
AJ Brown could very well have that same route.
Yeah, and we all know how we develop receivers. So AJ Brown from Ole Miss, number 20, I'll take it. Simulating into round 2. Yeah. I'm going to be looking at Mack Wilson here to see where he goes.
Oh, wow, the Raiders took Ferguson with the 27th pick.
Kyler Murray went to the Bengals. That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. Wow. So Mack Wilson is still on the board. So
and Hodgson went to the Packers.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So shit. Now for some reason it's not letting me trade up, which I really want. Now Metcalf still went to the Giants. That's funny. For some reason it is not letting me trade up, which is really pissing me off. But I guess we'll fix that into the next mock. But Chase Winovich went to the Panthers.
Damn.
Hakeem Butler went to the Vikings. And Mack Wilson is still on the board in the 2nd round. It's a no-brainer.
I think it's a no-brainer here. If Wilson is somehow still on the board in the 2nd round, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yes.
Wilson is definitely worth that 2nd round pick.
Yes.
First round, it's debatable, but Wilson 2nd round, it's a no-brainer.
I am taking Mack Wilson. If he's there in the 2nd round, that is I don't care who's on the board. That's a no-brainer.
It is. So Mack Wilson
in the 2nd round.
Yep.
Holy shit, that is fucking awesome, man. I can't believe that. So Daniel Jones went to the Patriots. Interesting.
Won't surprise me.
Now 3rd round. Who you think? We got our receiver, AJ Brown. We got our linebacker, Mack Wilson. So who are you thinking, man?
I mean, it depends on who's on the board, but I'm thinking maybe edge. I'm thinking maybe tight end.
Yeah. This is interesting. We could go safety as well if we wanted to.
Or safety, yeah. I mean, who's on the board at safety?
Let's see. We got there are no safeties I see right now. I see a lot of edge. I see a lot of corner. I see a lot of running back. We could go corner here. Don't forget that. Justice Hill's on the board, but I'm not sure if I would go for him in the 3rd round yet. Interesting. Miles Sanders is there. We could totally go him. I would love him.
He came out and said he would love to play for Mike Tomlin.
Right, but I don't see him going before Damian Harris. We could go Jermaine Pratt, but we just got our linebacker, so we wouldn't need to go him.
Although we could convert him back to safety, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yet again, that could be something we could actually do.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I'm pretty
select Pratt and switch him back to safety. If Davis doesn't cut out, put him at safety. There you go.
We could. I don't know. That's very interesting on your part. I don't know. Let's take a look at a few corners. We got Amani Oruwariye here.
I would say he's definitely worth the 65th pick.
Yeah,
I would say so.
We have a few edges here. We have DeAndre Walker. We have Ben Banagu from TCU. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. There's not really a lot of edge guys that really, are hitting me right now. So, I don't know,
just
man.
so people know too as well, the board that we are all using right now, this is Matt Miller's draft board. So don't think that we're just like picking these picks like so unrealistically out of space. A fantasy simulation of what Matt Miller thinks each player will be in the draft.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm not gonna select him in the 3rd round. I'm just trying to look for a guy named. Oh, there he is. Wow, really? 188 Porter Gustin? Really?
I don't believe that at all. I think the guy's severely underrated.
Yeah. depending on where we sit, we could still him in the 4th or 5th. But I think right here, I know I agree with Philip. I completely trust Steven Nelson completely. Opposite side of Joe Hayden. Very underrated corner in this league. One of the shining stars of that horrendous Chargers or Chiefs secondary last year.
And he also did make a good point. Hayden's aging. We don't know if we're going to resign him.
And honestly, I don't want to knock on wood, but we're one injury away from getting right back into fucking Artie Burns as a starter.
Or Sensabaugh, and we don't really want to rely on that again.
Right. So, Warrior, Penn State?
I'd say so.
Okay. Amani Warrior, Penn State, 3rd round.
Great
Interesting.
Pick. Great
yes.
pick.
I'm not going to lie. This is not how I thought this was going to go, but I can't say
This is the fun about these mock drafts, though.
And I can't complain here, man. Don't forget, we have an extra 3rd round pick, so depending who's on the board, man, it should be pretty interesting. Now, Miles Sanders is still there, so if we want a 3rd or a 2nd running back, depending on what we do with Samuels, because remember, he's versatile. He can play tight end. We could put him out at receiver. So we can do many things with Samuels. So if we wanted a number 2 or number 3 guy, if we really want to try to establish the rushing game, which I think we definitely should, Miles Sanders could be the guy in round 3. Interesting. Huh.
He's great. Remember, he was the one that was when Saquon Barkley left. Miles Sanders was the guy in Penn State, and he's elusive and powerful. He reminds me of Saquon Barkley, just not as good.
Yes. I couldn't agree more, man. Now, a guy who he reminds me of a little bit of a better Sean Davis. Amani Hooker, I don't know, him in the 3rd? That might be a bit of a reach.
I wouldn't say so. The guy's got talent.
Oh, I'm not
I definitely think he's better than Davis. He's got a better eye for the ball than Davis does.
He's a better ball hawk in my opinion.
I feel like he's a better tackler.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yet again, Miles Sanders on the board, you really can't pass that up.
I know.
You get a 3-headed monster at the running back position.
We could take a Juju route. We could go best player available here.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, a 3-headed monster, you got Connor, who does have injury problems. You got Samuels, who I feel like can definitely take the pressure off. But if you want a guy like Sanders that can go in there as well, and maybe even put Samuels in as like another tight end or a receiver, you can use his versatility a lot.
Absolutely.
And you can put Sanders as a running back in there as well.
Right, and I'm mad at the Titans are starting to really piss me off because they took Darnell Savage, who I'm actually pretty high on. So,
but yeah, I'm thinking Miles Sanders here.
Miles Sanders,
3-headed monster, and you take pressure off of Ben.
Okay.
Goddamn.
Okay. Now, running back in the 3rd round, some people may not think that running back is that big of an issue, but honestly, if there's no other position available, we could go best player available, and that's Miles Sanders, 3rd round. So, damn.
I remember the running back set when we had Bettis, Deuce Staley, and Willie Parker.
Yeah.
Those are Willie Parker wasn't much because he was undrafted, but he was rising up.
Yeah, but still, man, the Steelers have a rich history with using a powerful rushing game, man.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need to get back to.
That, along with a great defense, is one of the main driving forces for us to get back into the playoffs and be that old school Steelers team.
That's how we had our great 6-game winning streak.
Absolutely,
running the ball.
Exactly. Excuse me. Okay, so now the 4th round is simulating. I don't know, man. Let's see. Amani Hooker is on the board.
As of right now.
He is... Wow, the Titans took little Jordan Humphrey. Okay, enjoy his slow ass, but...
and his off-field issues.
Yeah. Damn.
You know what could be interesting? Because you guys haven't drafted Edge yet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You know who is an outside linebacker who interests me, who I could see being still around in the 4th to get rid of Dud Dupree? Terrell Hanks.
Ooh.
Terrell Hanks, that's right. He can play both inside, but I think he's better as an outside guy.
Yeah, now, of course, he did have a slow 40, but that's because he apparently tweaked his hamstring or something.
But I do believe that he was taken.
Yeah, he was taken by the Ravens, of course. Of course. Of course.
Fuck you, Baltimore.
But yeah, we're here in the 4th round. This is fun, man. Amani Hooker's on the board, who we could have taken in the 3rd, but that would have definitely been a reach because he's here in the 4th.
I think it's a no-brainer. Safety is a bit of a need. And Hooker is a very underrated talent who's he's a sleeper in general.
Right. Now, we did sign Mark Barron, who can play linebacker and safety. He'll be the dime backer, more than likely. We signed Dangerfield, I believe. We have Marcus Allen. Hopefully, we get rid of Burnett soon. Who else we got? Nat Burhay's on his way out. So,
But that quote on Mark Barron, he's 29.
Yeah.
We want to keep the secondary young.
Right.
We want to keep that safety position young
Right.
if we put him at safety.
right. And because of that, we have Sean Davis, Terrell Edmonds, Marcus Allen, and
Jordan Devlin.
Jordan Dangerfield. Yeah.
Yeah, Devlin, goddamn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Hooker. I think he'd be a nice depth guy, but could be a decent project in the fourth.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
And
mine Hooker.
Dangerfield to seems special teams guy anyway.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Jay Sternberger went to the Cowboys.
wait, who?
Jay Sternberger.
Oh, that pissed. Well, they got their successor finally. Okay, fourth round is done. Fifth round, man. This is pretty interesting. This is getting very, very weird. Damn. What other positions could we address? Now, of
Tight
course,
end?
we can still go tight end. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Tight end, of course, edge rusher.
I mean, Khalib Wilson is on the board.
Ooh, Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, I'm actually high on him. He's got nice speed, good hands, very underrated in my
Right.
opinion.
Cameron Smith from USC, who isn't too bad, but I think he came in a little bit early.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see. We could go receiver again, but Antoine Wesley would be a very nice pick.
There's also a
Hmm.
tight end out of LSU. Escaping.
Foster Moreau.
Maru.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's fast. He's actually a pretty good, arguably the best blocking tight end in the draft. So
And with his speed, that's actually kind of scary.
yeah, interesting. Now where is he? Because I don't see him, unless I passed him and I'm blind. Where's he at? What rank is he?
Titans probably took him.
You might.
I mean, you could just select a position.
Okay. Oh, duh. Okay, this website's cool. He's not there.
Probably went.
He's
No,
not.
he is. He's right
Oh,
right
duh.
there.
Yeah, 280. Damn, 283. Damn.
Well, if he's not down there, I guess we can take him like maybe the 6th or 7th.
Yeah. So what position do we address here?
Yeah, again, if we take tight end here, we wouldn't have to worry about that.
Right. Jalen Jelks would be a decent pick.
I'm actually high on Jalen. I really am.
I feel like
See
he
the
could
guy
work on
from
his
Oregon?
tackling a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could work on his tackling a bit though. Damn, what position do we address here?
Maybe guard.
Guard. Why
Maybe
gu-
guard.
Why guard?
Foster's getting up there with age.
But we got BJ Finney.
He's 27. He'll be 28 soon.
Damn, he's that old?
Yes.
There's a guard out of Texas A&M. I believe his name is Keaton Sutherland that I'm really high on. He kind of reminds me of like a Filer, but I think he could be like a 6. He could be a later back.
Yeah.
He's pretty far down there.
Yeah. Damn, Bob, what are you thinking? This is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
And because we addressed receiver, we addressed linebacker, cornerback, running back, and safety. So, excuse me. Everything else would pretty much be depth here.
What about
Hmm.
what is his name? Max Crosby, is he still there?
Max Crosby. Why does he ring a bell?
He's an edge.
Is he edge?
Edge
Yeah.
out of, I think it's Northern Michigan.
Eastern Michigan, according to the
Eastern
site.
Michigan.
He's ranked 289. So,
That would definitely be a reach in the 5th.
maybe.
Well, depending on who
probably
you
go
talk
6.
to, really.
You could go 6 with him probably.
Yeah. Honestly, you want to go Port Augustine here?
I don't know, what rank is he?
According to his rank, it might be a little bit of a reach, but
In the 5th round, I don't think so. I feel like the guy's 4th round talent, early to mid 4th round talent. I think the guy's a huge sleeper.
so what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Port Augustine here.
5th round?
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I think we need to address edge. Outside of his injuries, he is a hell of a pass rusher.
He is.
Hell of a pass rusher. Now I wish he could. Now, in my opinion, he reminds me a little bit of a younger Clay Matthews. So
Mm.
But yeah, the 5th round's being simulated here, and then we'll get into the 6th round. Just to recap, we got A.J. Brown, Mac Wilson, Emmanuel Aurier, Miles Sanders, Amani Hooker, and Porter Gustin in the 5th. 3 6th-round picks are coming up, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah. I actually really like the fact that we have 3 6th-round picks because we can do so much with that. We can use it as ammo. We can get incredible depth. So we can get a few potential steals in there. So pretty interesting. Okay. Okay, we could address tight end here. We don't really need running back. I wouldn't mind Myles Gaskin or Benny Snell again, but you know.
We already selected Sanders. So.
Yeah. So let's see who's at tight end. Okay, how about let's go receiver again. Jalen Hurd's there, who is good. He used to play running back in I believe it was Tennessee. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, then he went to Baylor, right?
Yeah. But we could go corner again. If we want to double dip on corner, I'd be up for that.
The guy that what's his name? Brian Allen can fight with.
Yeah.
And even Sutton.
Yeah, we could totally double dip on corner. But we could definitely look at defensive linemen as well because outside of what's his name? Tyson Alualu and Dan McCullers, we don't really have any good backups or decent backup. I mean, Alualu was a very good backup, but no one else that really speaks out to me. We could take Dalen Mack from Texas A&M, who I hear is a pretty good prospect.
I mean, Daniel Wise is on the board, who's another big sleeper.
Yeah.
But I would probably take Dalen Mack here.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the guy was very impressive in the combine.
Thinking Dalen Mack?
Yeah.
Okay. Dalen Mack with our first 6th-round pick. I got to look more into him. His name rings a bell. I just got to look more into him and everything. So, yeah. Next 6th-round pick is coming up. I can't remember what numbers specifically we got. So, Marvell Toe went to the Vikings.
Well, the Browns took Jalen Hurd, so there goes that.
Yeah. Okay, we got our defensive lineman. We got our depth there. We could go corner again. Jamal Peters is there on that board. Honestly, I just feel like we're going to double dip on corner.
I think it'd be smart to.
Yeah. So Jamal Peters from Mississippi State. I think we're all high on Jamal Peters, definitely. Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Easy.
Okay, now, with our extra 6th-round pick, this isn't because we could go many things. We can go receiver. We could double dip on receiver, which I would totally do. We could go offensive lineman, maybe, get it some extra depth. It wouldn't hurt. We could get another linebacker if we wanted to, really.
I see we haven't.
We can go tight end.
Yeah, we haven't selected tight end yet.
Yeah, so.
I'm thinking Foster Maru right here.
From LSU?
Yeah. I'm thinking Foster Maru.
Yeah, I mean, I would love. Now, I'm not going to sleep on Maru as a receiving tight end, but he's mostly a blocker.
Right. I mean, he can improve with his catching.
Right, but the Steelers are known for having number 2s that are specifically blockers. Like Matt Spaeth is a big one. Of course, Jesse James and Xavier Grimble. So they're big on those number 2 blocking tight ends. So I would take Foster Maru here.
Yeah.
In the 6th round.
Literally anything is better than Xavier Grimble. A rock on the side of the road is better than Xavier.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the 6th round. So 7th round is coming up. So this will be the end of our mock here.
I think we go wide receiver here.
Really?
Yeah. More depth at the wide receiver position to specifically battle with Hayward Bay because I think he has like one more year in his deal.
I heard he's not coming back.
Oh, he ain't?
I heard he's a free agent. And I don't know the specifics. Correct me if I'm wrong.
But it'd still be nice to have good depth at the wide receiver position.
Right. If we wanted to, we could go guard here. We've been big on Alex Bars from Notre Dame for a little bit. I mean,
you have to think we do have to focus on that, on the future. Although we could focus that next year, but
I'm hearing Alex Bars could go undrafted, so we could take him and be a similar B.J. Finney role where he went undrafted, we called him in, and then he became arguably our best backup on the team. So, but we could definitely go receiver here. 7th round receiver. It just – spells the Steelers.
right.
They love their receivers. 8th round, 9th round, 10th round, 11th round. 12th round, 13th round, 14th round, 15th round, 16th round, 17th round, 18th round, 19th round, 20th round, 21st round, 22nd round, 23rd round, 24th round, 25th round, 26th round, 27th round, 28th round, 29th round, 30th round, 31st round, 32nd round, 33rd round, 34th round, 35th round, 36th round, 37th round, 38th round, 39th round, 40th round, 41st round, 42nd round, 43rd round, 44th round, 45th round, 46th round, 47th round, 48th round, 49th round, 50th round, 51st round, 52nd round, 53rd round, 54th round, 55th round, 56th round, 57th round,
I'm thinking right here, Terry Godwin from Georgia.
Really?
I'm thinking Terry Godwin.
Interesting. I was looking at Johnny Dixon, honestly, because
From
of
Ohio State.
His speed, his return specialist ability, although we already have that.
And Johnny Dixon is a touchdown machine. He didn't have a lot of receptions, but most of those were touchdowns.
Right, but the issue with him is that he is obviously and primarily a slot guy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Godwin is as well, but he can play outside too.
Yeah. But Philip did mention that we have a ton of slot guys, so we need to focus more on outside guys. So we could take Emmanuel Butler here as well. So we could go with his route. But you thinking Terry Godwin?
I think Terry Godwin.
Okay. Now I don't really see him falling to the 7th, but according to this ranking, fuck it. Terry Godwin from Georgia in the 7th round. Someone who's versatile, someone that can definitely be developed and be a nice depth guy. So 2 receivers, man. So to complete our mock draft, man, we have wide receiver A.J. Brown, linebacker Mack Wilson in the 2nd round. In the 3rd round, Amani Oruwariye, as well as Miles Sanders. We have Amani Hooker. We have Porter Gustin, Dalen Mack in the 6th round, Jamal Peters in the 6th round as well, Foster Moreau in the 6th as well, and Terry Godwin finishing this mock draft in the 7th round. So,
hell yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, definitely. I gotta say, it's not one that I thought was gonna go down. It's pretty interesting, but I love it.
I love it too.
I really love it, man. But that's not the last mock here, because we have one more mock where it's going to be obviously us, the SteelTwins, and DancerDan, a.k.a. Philip, who is we're pretty much going to be the most really realistic here, so that we agree on which picks. So we discuss which picks we take at 20 or whatever. So
yeah, essentially this is going to be, these are fantasy picks. What both I did and SteelTwins did here. This is going to be what we think the Steelers are going to do. This is what Kevin Colbert's going to do. Not going to be as aggressive. It might not even make sense, but neither does Kevin Colbert sometimes. I mean, we brought back Dan McCullers and we brought back Jordan Berry. So
okay, we are here to do the 3rd round mock. We do have the post trades this time. So DancerDan, do you have any trades in mind? I do, but I want to hear your opinion first. I know you already said the Lions last time, but do you have any other ones in mind?
This is the 1st round, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm the Steelers, I can honestly see them moving up, but I don't think they're going to move up as far as within the first 10. I could see them maybe trading with the Redskins and getting up to like 15. Or like maybe with the Dolphins at 16. That to me is more realistic, and you don't have to give up as much to get that position because they're only dropping down 5 spots. So you could honestly give them a 3rd and a 6th and call it a day.
Right. I actually like that Redskins idea.
They're dumb enough.
Yes. So you want to try the Redskins?
Yeah, let's try the Redskins. Let's swap firsts with them, and then maybe give them our 2nd, 3rd, and maybe like our 3rd, 6th rounder. See what they say.
Okay. And it is accepted. Holy shit!
Told you they're dumb enough.
Yeah. But wow. Holy shit, that's cool. So we traded our 20th pick, our 2nd, 3rd round pick, and our 3rd, 6th round pick for the 15th overall pick. Steelers, Kevin Colbert, Mike Tomlin, Art Rooney II. If you are watching, make the fucking trade. Make the trade, man. That's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, we'll start the round here, man. Quentin Williams went number 1 overall. Wow. DK Metcalf went to the Jets. Kyler Murray went to the Raiders. Drew Lock went over... What's his face? Really?
Well, the Bengals picked Ed Oliver.
Yeah. I'll be goddamned. Devin White's on the board, man.
At 15?
Yeah.
Take him.
Yeah,
I think
this is a
no-brainer. Yes.
That's a no-brainer.
Devin White, if he, bro.
That's next Patrick Willis, guys.
Oh, wow. That's a nice comparison.
Yo, a lot of people are comparing him to Patrick Willis.
He is, though.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, and
you know how he was with the Niners.
Yes. Wow. Wow, Julian Love went in the 1st round? Okay.
I could see it.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
yeah, true.
I
He's
could
definitely
see it.
growing
I
in
could
stock.
see him being one of those picks that's a reach that somebody takes. Like I could see him going to like the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Second round's going. Mac Wilson went to the Raiders. Let's see. I think, okay, what are we talking here? Are we going to target wide receiver, or A.J. Brown just went to the Lions? So,
Izzy Radley just went to the Packers.
Ooh.
Daniel Jones went to the Panthers.
Oh, Chase Winovich. Wait, huh?
Oh,
we just got a trade, ladies and gentlemen. We have a trade. We have 2 trades. Holy shit. Okay. So the this is fucking cool. The Texans the Texans trade their 3rd round pick, their 5th round pick, and their 6th round pick. So we would get a 6th round pick back. We get an extra 5th, and we get an extra 3rd.
As well as a future 2nd round pick.
For our 2nd round pick. But the Seahawks, excuse me, trade their 3rd, their 4th, their 5th, and next year's 3rd, man, for our 20th pick. So, wow, this is big. What are you thinking, Dancer? Or Philip?
I'm definitely liking the Seahawks one more. That's just me personally. Because what did we say? We get a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th?
And next year's 3rd. Wow, the Texans give us a 3rd, 5th, 6th, and next year's 2nd. That extra 2nd next year.
Next year's 2nd. Yeah, the 2nd. Next year's draft is going to be good. I'm thinking Houston. I mean, you don't have to go with either of them. But if I'm the Steelers, I could definitely see them giving up. If there's nobody they see at that position at 20 right now, I could see them going and trading with the Texans. That 2nd next year is huge.
Yes, and honestly, I didn't see anyone there. I'm not sure if anyone in viewing this saw it in the 2nd. I'm not sure if Bobby saw anyone in the 2nd. I didn't, so I think I'm going to take the Texans off.
Yeah, because we get 3 picks in the 3rd round. 2.
Oh, that's right. We get 3. Oh, shit.
And we get another 5th, so that's 2. And we get another 6, so that's 4. And the future 2nd, that's a lot of fucking picks.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I would take that.
All right, and the Texans select who? They select Deontay Thompson to replace Tyrann Mathieu, which is incredibly realistic.
It is.
Wow. Okay, this site is cool, man. I actually love this site. So, huge shout out to Philip for now we knew about this site, but we didn't know that we could make trades, and we just got another fucking trade. Oh, bro, these 2 teams can go fuck themselves. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
The Patriots offered their 2 3rd-round picks for our 3rd round pick, which is the 2nd pick in the 3rd round.
Which is the Raiders
Fuck
pick.
them.
And then the Browns offered their 3rd round pick, which is the 16th pick, and we give away our later 3rd and our 4th.
Yeah,
They
Browns,
can
go
both
fuck yourself.
off.
Yes. But I don't know, man. The Patriots, I don't know why we would help them out. I know, but that we would have 4 first-round picks, man.
3rd round.
3rd round, I'm sorry. But again, we don't want to help the Patriots, do we?
No, we don't.
No.
Or the Browns.
No.
It's like stop it.
So, decline both y'all motherfuckers. Okay. All right. Now, let's go all the way down. What the fuck are the Patriots? They just got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Like, what the fuck are they trying to trade for? Like, go fuck yourself. Okay. 3rd round. Interesting. We could take Hakeem Butler. Hakeem Butler is on the board. We could take Taylor Rapp. We could take Jonathan Abram. They have Michael Jackson at 64. Really?
I don't know.
I don't know that wide that man Hakeem Butler for that because we have the 2nd round and how many 3rd round picks we have now? 3.
We have we have 2. Wait, huh? Did they fuck something up? Because huh? No, that's right. Because we traded one of our 3rd round picks to go get Devin White. I'm sorry.
That's right.
That's right. So
that's right.
So we still have 2. Yes. Okay. We have the pick that we got from Antonio Brown. We could take Taylor if we want to fix the safety position. Taylor Rapp, who I really like, could be the guy. Hakeem Butler, though.
I don't know.
I think
Hakeem
the
Butler's
Steelers are
kind of
gonna address wide receiver.
Yeah. So
and Butler right there. I mean, him and Ben.
Yes.
Butler.
I mean, think about it.
Butler.
We took Schuster in what the 3rd round.
2nd round.
For the 2nd.
As well as Washington last year, too.
Washington in the second round. I think history repeats itself. I think this is a second-round wide receiver.
Steelers love those day 2 receivers, man. And I hate to bring him up. I know he's a bust, but Sammy Coates a few years back was a day 2 receiver. So they love those day 2 receivers. And for some reason, it is not letting... Oh, duh, I got to start the round. I'm going to jag off. No, you fucking Cardinals. I hate you.
Damn, my ears, dude.
They took O'Shane Zimenez, who I am incredibly high on. And I wanted to take him with the 22nd pick in the 3rd round. God damn it. Fuck you. Yeah, Hakeem Butler. Okay. That pisses me off, man. I'm high on Zimenez.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. And, of course, the Patriots get Taylor Rapp, so go fuck yourself. Man, the Patriots, man, go fuck, man. Okay.
See,
I don't know what we get with
didn't
the
help him
second
out.
pick. Exactly. Interesting. Where do we go here? Let's see. Devin Singletary's on the board.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Holy fuck.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That is
he's
hard to pass.
He's safety and cornerback, right?
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, bro. And we got Steven Nelson, who can be corner. Oh my God, bro. We can do so many things with Gardner-Johnson.
Dude, I think it's a no-brainer right here. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah. And I could see this happening because Chauncey, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his full name. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he was like very high up in the draft before the combine happened, and like him and Nasir Adderley and a few others have dropped.
Right.
With the immersion of like Taylor Rapp and with Deontay Thompson. So like I could see him falling to like mid-3rd round.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, yeah.
And the thing with Gardner-Johnson, he's versatile and he can make some turnovers, which our defense desperately needs.
Now, I think he could work on his tackling a little bit. I know we're not the best team that can work on that, clearly, but I think he has a lot of hustle, a lot of determination, a lot of passion that he can definitely work on his craft.
Yeah.
So, Gardner-Johnson in the 3rd round to pair him up with Hakeem Butler and Devin White. Wow.
Gardner-Johnson reminds me a lot of Micah Hyde. So versatile, can play all over the field and make some turnovers.
Interesting. And the Patriots take Ryan Finley. This is actually a pretty realistic draft, honestly. But as far as the draft board, I can't really say the same thing. But yeah. Okay, now we have the 4th round. We have a 4th round pick, the 20th pick. So this is getting good, man. This is getting real good. Okay, so what do we dress here? We could go running back. We could go tight end. Zach Gentry's on the board, but he's moving up. And he is still there.
Miles Sanders has gone to the Panthers.
Gentry's still there in the 4th, and he is there. So we could take tight end here, Zach Gentry, who I know you're high on. We gotta look more into him. But I know you're high on him.
What's running back looking like? Because you said Miles Sanders is gone, but is like Holyfield still there? Is Hill still there?
Yeah, Holyfield's there, but of course his speed is a massive turnoff.
True.
Mike Weber is there.
And Steelers are definitely looking at him.
Now, I of course have to look more into him. Now, I know who he is. I know what position he plays clearly, but I have to look more into his tape. Justice Hill's there. We could take him. But we could save him for the 5th because we're so close to our next 5th pick. Because of
he could very well be there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Zach Gentry here.
Yeah.
Zach Gentry sound good?
I mean, you guys need to look up the tape on this guy. I mean, he's a 6'8" guy. Yes. He is a monster. He is a mismatch for anybody, honestly.
Yeah. Totally. Now his speed may be a bit of a turnoff, but I'm sure he is very dominant in his own right.
I mean, both Vance McDonald and my God, what is his name from the Patriots? He's slipping my mind. The tight end.
What the hell's his name?
Why is it slipping my mind? Gronkowski. There we go.
Duh.
Neither one of them are speed demons, but it's just their sheer size that overwhelms the opponent.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay, now we're in the 5th round. We have 2 5th-round picks, man. The 3rd pick and the 23rd pick. So, Miles Boykin is there, who the Steelers are looking at in Notre Dame, of course, along with Julian Love. But Miles Boykin could be a sleeper. His speed is definitely something fun to think about with his size and his vertical and everything. He's incredibly athletic. We could take him, but we already got our receiver, Hakeem Butler.
Yeah.
Now I could totally see the Steelers double dipping on receiver pretty early, but do we want to focus on the rushing game a little more?
Yeah. So Philip, what are you thinking here?
Because
well, I can't take a guy whose name has the word "Lil" in it, like Lil Jordan Humphrey. And I also can't take a guy whose name is Boykin. So,
indeed.
I'm thinking running back here. I mean, the Steelers need to get back to Steelers football, which is a strong running game, a triple-headed beast. I think that they were most successful last year when they ran.
Facts, exactly.
So I think we need to take a running back here. Who's still available right now? Because we have the third pick in the fifth.
Yeah, we have Mike Weber and Justice Hill. We also have Darnell Henderson, but
Darrell Henderson.
Oh, Darrell, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Mike Weber to me just plays too much like James Conner. Like, I don't know if we need another physical guy. Like, I think we need a speed guy, which is Justice Hill.
Yeah,
and listen, when Mason Rudolph takes the mantle, hopefully he does, you'll have Mason Rudolph, James Washington, Justice Hill. There has to be some kind of a connection there. They all went to the same school.
Exactly, man. It's so fucking perfect, man. And honestly, all three different types of running backs, man, they will just complement each other so perfectly. So.
Exactly. You get a power back in James Conner, you get a receiving back in Jalen Samuels, and you get a speed back in Justice Hill.
Yeah. Who is first
and I don't think
like
this is truly out of the realm of possibility because, Mike Tomlin has – I think Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert have shown interest in Justice Hill. They've both looked into him.
Yeah.
Yes. So Justice Hill in the early fifth, no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to recap, we got Devin White in the first round where we traded up. Got rid of basically nothing for it. Wide receiver Hakeem Butler. Because the reason why I say we traded up nothing because we got a lot of picks back because of it. So something the Steelers should totally consider, by the way. We got Hakeem Butler in the third, along with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Zach Gentry in the fourth, Justice Hill in the fifth, as well as I don't know because interesting. We got our tight end because Foster Moreau could have been there, or he is there, but he could have been the pick there. But we already got our tight end here.
What about defensive line?
Interesting.
Edge,
Ricky Walker.
Edge
is a good one. Sutton Smith. Let's see. We got Jordan Brailford. Where the hell did Porter Gustin went to the Broncos? Damn. Because I would have probably taken him right there. Sharif Miller.
There is Max Crosby.
Yeah.
See, Max Crosby to me reminds me of Max Crosby and Chase Winovich all remind me of TJ Watt-esque players. Not that technical, but very passionate and very overwhelming.
Yeah. And I'm not sure how big you are in the hockey and everything, but Pittsburgh obviously has a thing for a guy named Crosby. So, yeah, I think it would be nice to add that to the football part of
And we definitely got to focus on the future of the outside linebacker position opposite of Watt.
Because Dupree just fucking sucks. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
So,
and Crosby in himself, he's a huge sleeper.
Right.
Good speed, good strength, great off the line of scrimmage.
I would trade Bud Dupree for a Permanente Brothers sandwich. That guy means
yes.
to me.
Yes. And honestly, a Permanente Brothers sandwich is clearly more enjoyable than Bud Dupree. So, yes. Yeah, Max Crosby, definitely in the fifth round. I think that's a very nice pick, man. Seriously. Now we have 3 6th-round picks, and we still have the 7th to go. So maybe we get an extra trade here. I doubt it. But people have made trades in the late rounds before, so yeah. Start round. Let's see. I see a few players on the board already. Benny Snell. I mean, we don't really need running back again, but Benny Snell is a very nice guy. Let's see.
Have we addressed? Oh no, we got Carter Johnson for cornerback. I was gonna say you could address cornerback again.
We could.
Possibly.
We could double dip on corner.
We could also do defensive line.
Daniel Wise would be a pretty nice pick, honestly. I'm actually pretty decent on him.
Yeah, Daniel Wise.
I like him.
Yeah.
Out of Kansas, yeah.
And again, we need more depth at the defensive line position.
Yeah.
We do.
I mean, if Alo was younger, he would do both defensive and D tackle because he has history in playing both positions, but he's old. He's old. He's gotten up there with age. He barely has any stamina, so that's not going to work for him.
Right. So
we need young depth guys.
Right. So everyone agreeing on Daniel Wise?
Yep, Daniel Wise.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now we have the 19th pick in the 6th round. So now we address linebacker, receiver, safety / corner, tight end, running back, edge, defensive line. We got depth there. We could double dip on receiver again. We could double dip on corner. We could go kicker to replace Boswell, who for all we fucking know. So,
what about guard?
Oh yeah,
wait, what's
guard. Guard.
Interesting. Let's see. We got True Samia from Oklahoma. Excuse me. Garrett Brumfield from LSU. Lester Cotton from Alabama. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who any of these guys are. So,
Keaton Sutherland, who's what I was talking about.
Where is he at? Keith Sunderland?
254.
What, Texas A&M?
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Duh. I'm blind. So
he kind of reminds me of like a BJ Finney type of guy. He's not the biggest offensive lineman, but he's mobile.
Right.
But that's just an option. Also, I was thinking, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers, even with Devin White, went linebacker again. I would not be surprised.
I mean, it would be nice to have depth. It would be nice to have depth, especially with Ford going to the Eagles.
Yeah, David Long, David Long had a nice combine. Khalil Hodge, who before his pro day, we were high on. Apparently, he had a weak pro day. I'm not sure how reliable that is, though.
He'd be a nice depth guy, though. But there was Bobby Okere, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Stanford, who, in my opinion, would be a great depth guy. I don't know much about.
Oh, no, go ahead.
What was that? Now you go.
I was just saying, the Mike Tomlin and I don't know if Kevin Colbert or not went, but they went to Clemson's pro day, and I know that somebody that Mike Tomlin was looking at was Kendall Joseph, linebacker at Clemson.
Right. Interesting.
I'm just not big on Bostic. I'm not.
No.
He's a good run stuffer, but that's it. Like,
Kendall Joseph could be the guy here, really.
He could.
I don't know. David Long. Now, this just might be because speed is hitting me in the face, but David Long's speed is actually kind of getting me big on David Long.
It's very intriguing.
But Kendall Joseph, man, he is. Now I gotta look more into him. But
Cameron Smith.
Yes, who is on the board? Yes. Interesting. I think we're definitely gonna go linebacker here. Question is who? So, DancerDan, I'm gonna leave it to you, man. Who you high on?
I'm gonna rule out Khalil Hodge just because he reminds me of another John Bostic. He's a run stuffer guy, and I think we need someone with a little bit more speed. Interesting, you said David Long. David Long does have attractive speed to him. I think Kendall Joseph is a bit of a dip, even where we are now in the 6th.
Yes.
I think he's still a bit of a dive. I'm going to say, or Cameron Smith. I'm going to say David Long. I like David Long.
Yeah. He had 15 reps, which for a linebacker is not that attractive or satisfying, but, he'd be a depth guy. He would honestly be another and a better Travis Feeney, who we drafted in the 6th round a few years back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we're here in the 6th round again. We have the 22nd pick. We got linebacker. We could go corner here. We could go edge.
Edge again, though?
Maybe. To apply some depth, we could go guard. Your boy, what's his name? Keaton Sutherland is on the board. We could go receiver here if we wanted to again. We have options.
This is the 6th, right?
Yes, this is the last 6.
I also find it funny, just side note, that there is also a David Long who is a cornerback out of Michigan.
Yes.
Have
same
we
thing
do-
like how there was. I was gonna say like there's a Lamar Jackson at corner I believe coming in this year. Wow, he's a quarterback for Baltimore as well. So, but go ahead.
Have we double dipped in cornerback yet?
No, we have not. And honestly, depending on your view of Gardner Johnson, we didn't even go corner yet. So
True. What's
And then-
cornerback looking like?
See, there's Jamal Peters, there's David Long, there's
what if we go David Long back to back? That'd be fucking funny.
there's Jamal Dean.
Jamal Dean, yeah, who has nice height. Mark Fields, but he's honestly he could be a very nice slot guy. Hamp Cheevers from Boston. Yeah.
I think it's a toss up between either Jamal Peters or Jimmy Moreland. I know you guys might not know seen a lot of tape on Jimmy Moreland, but I like him a lot. He's definitely a project guy. He's not somebody who's gonna play very much next year. He's not gonna be a starter. He might even be a practice squad guy. But I mean, in the 6th round, that's not losing anything if you have a guy like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But honestly, I think we should go Jamal Peters because I know you guys are really big on him, and I'm really big on him. So
Yeah, so I think it's just perfect there, Jamal Peters. Apply some depth, be a special teamer, but like you said, be a nice project. And again, if he doesn't turn out to be the guy we want, again, we're not losing anything. So it's pretty much a win-win.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sort of. Khalil Hodge went to the Patriots though. That's interesting. So, let's see. 6th round is coming to an end. Bryce Love went to the
Chiefs.
Wow, in the end of the 6th round, man. Wow. Interesting. Damn.
Imagine that.
Yeah. I can actually see
Jesus.
that completely. So, let's see. 7th round. We have the 5th pick in the 7th round. So, okay. We could go receiver again. We could go, I don't know.
I think we go receiver here. Now, who's our receiver?
We have Terry Godwin again. We have Emmanuel Butler, Johnny Dixon.
There's one guy on that board that is really catching my eye, and that's Tyree Brady from Marshall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The guy's got great size. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", ran a nice 40, underrated hands.
Yeah.
Very good depth guy, can play outside.
Yeah, I don't think the name Brady should be in a Steelers uniform.
I know. But
yeah,
Tyree Brady's an interesting prospect.
Yeah. Deontay Johnson though.
Yeah,
From
from
Toledo.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson in himself is underrated.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the Steelers did look at him. So
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
yeah.
I definitely think we go receiver here. I just don't know who.
Deontay Johnson just might be our guy here, man.
I think
Yeah.
Johnson as well.
I'm going to have to agree with you guys. Yeah, Johnson.
Yeah, okay. So, to recap, man, our mock draft, we traded up with the Redskins for the 15th pick to go get Devin White. Then in the 3rd round, we got Hakeem Butler, as well as Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Then in the 4th round, we got Zach Gentry. In the 5th round, we got Justice Hill, as well as Max Crosby. In the 6th round, we got Daniel Wise, David Long, and Jamal Peters. All defensive guys, man. Keep that in mind. And then the 7th round, we closed out this mock with double dipping at receiver with Deontay Johnson, man. So, wow, what a mock.
I like it.
What a mock,
Jesus,
man.
can the Steelers please just take a look at one of these fucking mock drafts?
Exactly, man.
One.
Seriously.
Just one, please.
And honestly, before we close out here, I think a key to the Steelers draft is going to be aggression. Be aggressive. Be assertive.
Absolutely.
If there's a guy we want, we have to go after him because, the Browns were aggressive, and look where they are now with Odell Beckham Jr. The Lions were aggressive, and look where they are now with all the picks that they've been getting between like Trey Flowers and a bunch of other people. You got to be aggressive.
Exactly. It's something that we've pretty much lacked the past few years. And because of that, we've kind of felt the effects from it.
Absolutely.
With guys like Artie Burns. Some people may say we should trade up for William Jackson. Some people say we should have traded up for Derwin James. So I am in that club, by the way. But, you know, I agree. We definitely have to be aggressive because being aggressive helps you win, man. You can't be soft. You can't be hiding in the back, man. You got to, you know, like you said, just be aggressive. You got to jump up.
You gotta assert yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to go over that hump, man.
If you really want that one prospect you're looking at, you have to take that chance.
Yeah, seriously.
You have to grow a pair and trade up.
Yeah.
Don't hope and think that he's going to be there because in reality, and basically 99%, he's not.
Exactly.
And the other thing that you need to keep in mind is if there's a player that you're scared of, like I'm scared of a Devin White, I do not want my opponent to go nab him. I do not want a Bengals team with a Devin White. I don't want, and many other teams in the first round could try and trade up for a player they want. In this way we did it. We're the Steelers, so we're shifting up and down. But, I would not be surprised if a team like the Falcons tried to jump up and nab like a Devin White or something like that. So we got to be aggressive.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, and I couldn't say it better myself, man. So,
absolutely.
Well said, and I think we all can agree on that. So, anyway, guys.
Yep.
That is the mock draft, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you guys thoughts about each mock draft. Comments below. Again, huge shout out. Massive thank you to Philip for the idea on this. This was very fun. Very great idea. I apologize for the long video. I know this is going over an hour now, but you know what? This was fucking fun, man. I definitely recommend Fanspeak. It's only $10 for a whole year if you want to include trades and all, because that really makes everything a difference.
It does.
And it makes everything a lot funner. So again, Philip, thanks for the idea, and thanks for coming on, man. Hope we can get you on again. And
absolutely,
yeah, you're definitely more than welcome. Yeah, you're more than welcome anytime. So again, huge thank you, huge shout out, and hopefully we can get you on again before the draft or whenever. So should be fun, man.
Fuck the Browns.
Absolutely. Fuck the Patriots, fuck the Bengals, fuck the Ravens, fuck the refs, fuck the NFL, fuck Antonio Brown, fuck Le'Veon Bell. I mean, come on, man. So, yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know your guys' thoughts, comments below. Philip, you are more than welcome to do the piece along with us. So, Bob,
let's do it.
Hit it.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.